Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1556. I'm your host, Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, and the membership system join button. Oh wait, yeah, it's not active here. That'll be much appreciated. And yeah, special shout out to an anonymous donor who gave me like a pretty big PayPal. It's really helped out a lot, so thank you so much. Yesterday was actually such a great day. Figured out that I could just go live on this backup channel, and I got the PayPal, and I kind of got a bit over enthusiastic and stayed up really late, and I mean really late, as in like 4:30. Not good. Right, so I'm a little late, and I do feel a little bit wonky, so it's not going to be a spectacular show. But yeah, I'm doing good despite that. Right, anyway, the weather is kind of sucky. It's raining and clouded. And yeah, that's the weather today. Hope it might get dry somewhere as well, because I did actually want to go out for groceries. But yeah, we'll see. Hello Oz, first in chat, good to see you. Richard G, hello. It is Friday the 31st of March 2023. Hey, hello, all your base are belong to us. LVA Paul, wow, that's great. So good to see all of you here. Right, so yeah, all your base are belong to us. You're around only recently, or you changed the name or something of your account. But yeah, I did see you on DLive too. So you have an account on YouTube as well. Anyway, yeah, welcome to the stream. Today might not be the most spectacular of early bird shows, but I don't know, it's just a startup show, and just would be good to just spread it around and make sure that everybody gets back on here, because I'm probably gonna be streaming on this channel for like a long time, until like all the strike nonsense is over in my main channel, because I don't want to, like, even once the strike is lifted, I don't want to risk it getting deleted. Recognize the banner photo. Do you know where it... I made it myself in Photoshop. This was my original banner that I got into the chats with during 2015, or well, when I first made my YouTube account. Might have been 2016, right? And it's only later that I switched to the tree. Oh, is that so? LVA Paul? Cool, I didn't know that. Yeah, I might be able to link it up to Odyssey as well. Indeed. Oh, what? Banner photo is one canoe in a bay? What are you talking about? And no, I'm not gonna link the channel directly to the main channel. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And besides, like, I'm trying to escape a strike. No, but in the favorites of this channel, there is a direct link to my main channel. So, the featured channels, right? So it is as good as linked. But I don't know what you're talking about with the banner photo. It's like, the background picture thing. Right, yeah, I guess I still have to change that. I'll get to that. It didn't find, I mean, it's a nice photo, so it wasn't in the way, but yeah. It's still the beach is on some tropical island somewhere. Right. Right, but it's nice that there was just this opportunity. Yeah, I didn't even know that you could live stream on a new channel with like less than 50 subscribers. I had no idea. But it was a possibility apparently. And yeah, yesterday we're talking about with the guys, and they were just like, yeah, just test it out now. And that's how the test stream came into being. It's like with the FED after show panel. So that was fun. Yes, I know that, LVA Paul. Backing up the live streams. Yeah, but over here the live streams are backed up. I mean, they will stay here on this channel. It doesn't want, no, it doesn't make any sense to do it. And hey, the way to drive traffic here is to, yeah, to get people knowing that I'm streaming on this account. I mean, Nathan's gotten around with he's got 3 accounts, I think, but he's mainly just using 2. And yeah, I mean, eventually people will know. It's just like, yeah, I'm using 2 accounts. There might even be a 3rd, right? I might have to make more accounts. So this is completely separate? Yeah. Right, and it's not monetized, and I'm not gonna monetize it. I'm not going to monetize it. Just gonna leave it exactly as it is. So yeah, that also means no ads for a while, for those that would not use ad blocker or whatever. Ah, man. Yeah, going to bed this late is really not good with me. It's not. I don't know what kept me up so crazy late. Just the thrill. I was just feeling so thrilled. Also, I have been watching the original Mad Max trilogy. First one is really dark, but very. It's so honest. Like, it's so personal. Second one is a little bit more of a circus, but it's really good. And man, those chase scenes with the truck are so epic. Like, there's no CGI in it. Zero. It's all a freaking self-made little helicopter. That thing really flies. It's crazy. And all those trucks. I mean, it's practically all real. And dude, those stunts are like really risky here and there, and they got good like crash dummies too. They look extremely it's not like some stupid pillow man or something that's gonna get crashed. No, it looks real. Those, yeah, the horrific traffic accident, they really do look real. Like, it's, man, Mad Max 2 is such a good movie, like such a well-made movie. And then the third one, like, what the fuck is this? I mean, it's like super lame PG, or what do you call that? Even without, like, nothing in it happens, and everybody talks like they're completely retarded. And I'm not talking about the actual Down syndrome man that's in there. I'm talking about everybody talks like really dumbed down. It's so lame. God. I mean, and it's ridiculous. I mean, that movie could have been pretty damn badass. But they just dumbed it down. They wanted a wider audience. They wanted people's kid. Like, it was probably riding off its mega popularity from 2, because that was probably very heavy hitting movie when it came out. I was a bit young to know. And so the third movie, they just used it to ride on the popularity and try to hit a wider audience. So it's like really just a cheap ploy to catch a lot of money from the popularity of 2, really. Because if they'd had made it on the same level as 2, although, yeah, no car chases, because that's the crazy thing. There's like no freaking car chases in the third one. Like, hello? That's the thing that made the second movie so epic, and the first one too, really. But yeah, I didn't finish watching that because it was already super late. But it could have been pretty intense. I mean, there's been other movies that kind of like tackle with the same type of theme. And those movies were made pretty well. I mean, you could make a serious setting for this Thunderdome situation in the border town, and it would have been pretty cool. But now it's like everybody's dumb, and the solutions to get out of things is really easy. It's so easy that, like, literally your 5-year-old will be like, oh, look at that. Like, there's literally no surprise whatsoever, or no challenge really whatsoever in the entire movie, and it doesn't make any damn sense how it all works. I mean, the law in it is absolutely idiotic. And like, oh, this person is a problem, he's blackmailing us. Yeah, when it's blatantly obvious, they could have just gone up and shot them. Just like that, with the freaking crossbow. And yeah, I mean, oh no, we have to do an outsider to get in there and try to fight him. And And then eventually they just end up shooting him anyway. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? I knew it was stupid, but I forgot how stupid it was. I haven't even gotten to the stupid little wild kids with their fairy tales of the past part. Anyway. Hello, Karel Appel, Moxie. We'll see if you can actually hang around here. With no government, you will live like these movies. Well, the first and the second one, but the first one even more, it really does show what happens when things disintegrate. I mean, it was so typical that, like, the government was there to protect the criminals. Sound familiar? I mean, technically, Mad Max 1 is up to a certain degree already happening in the United States. It's really more happening in cities, in bigger cities, and not like in the loose outskirt town that most of Mad Max takes place in. It's like outskirt towns and roads. But I mean, like, even if you look at the details, it's pretty freaky. Like, what are these people like? And the weird thing is, when I was younger, I didn't see it. That is weird. That's a weird realization. I didn't see that those people are basically all, you know what? And it's obvious that they don't appreciate cis people. And like, even in the second one, that stands out with like the main protagonist, like the Mohawk guy. Like, there's like, the second one is like very, it's a refined storytelling too, and the music is good. Although it's not as good as I remembered it to be, but it's still very effective. They use it also for the drama and all that very effectively. Anyway, hey Neil. Let's see you. You with a wrench. It's going to be Mao. Really? You think that's funny? Yes. Alright. Have fun with that, Moxie. You know, life becomes really cheap in that kind of setting. So I hope you have a lot of people that really love you. Or it's not gonna be so Mao for you. What? Okay, Neil. A lot of content creators going overboard with ads. Okay. I didn't know that, Richard G. But I mean, even on my channel, I don't have a direct influence on the amount of ads or where they put them. It's like the system just determines where the ads are going to be. I mean, way back in the day, like during the early bird, like the first 500 shows or something, I set the ads, the time of the ads myself. But it was like so much work, eventually I just got really sick of it. It didn't really work. So I just leave it to the machine. It's like, okay, you're gonna get stuff out of it, I'll just leave it to you. Because technically I'm not really gonna get any of the ad money anyway. Since I have to report it to my government and then just, they lose it. So, did I see Rocky? No, Rocky? What is Rocky? I've never heard of Rocky before, Neil. Come on. Okay, it could actually have technically been that I've never seen that movie before, but I have. But I mean, what are you talking about? I don't know, is that the Eye of the Tiger song you're talking about? Yeah, it's not... I don't really feel like Eye of the Tiger currently. I'm a little wonky because I stayed up way too late. So, no thanks. I'll settle for silence. Rocky 4. Yeah, Rocky 4 is just silly. Not Eye of the Tiger. Okay, another one then. I don't know. I don't really care at this moment, Neil. Sorry. Oh, okay, it seems it stopped raining at least. That's good. Right, yeah, the real downside, going to bed too late, that usually my digestion system just has like massive trouble starting up. It's really bothersome. That's why I get wonky. So like I'm only now starting to feel the supplements that I took over an hour ago start to finally digest. It's like it all just stands still. It's a really eerie feeling. Just very lucky that I don't drink alcohol anymore. Like I'm so like it's weird, you know, to like regularly realize, oh, I'm so glad I don't drink anymore. Like, has anybody else had that? Most people that really have to quit drinking or whatever, they're really like, oh, they have to hold themselves from really wanting it again. And I'm like regularly like, oh, I'm so glad that I don't drink beer anymore. It's so better, so much better. Right, but unfortunately going to bed way too late, like past 4 and all that, yeah, it's still gonna make me wonky. So sorry about that. I just got too over it. I got a bit over enthusiastic yesterday with figuring out that I could live stream on this channel and getting a pretty large PayPal from somebody that I don't know. Really appreciate it. Like, that's exactly what I needed. Ugh. But yeah, that kept me pumped up, and then I just completely lost track of time. It was like, I'm starting to feel tired. Maybe I should go to bed. Like, what? What? It's freaking 30 past 3. Damn. Right, but I did have fun, though. I didn't just waste my time on it while doing that. But I'm very certain to be back to normal tomorrow, and yeah, it's gonna be also a Saturday, so I'll start an hour later, and then I'll be just back on track again. With a little bit more insightful things to share. Because right now I'm just kind of struggling to get my system stable. Right, but do at least share the show with, specifically with people, like people you know like to follow my channel and visit my chat. Please share this channel with them and tell them. That would be great. Hey LSG, great to see you. You got a wrench. It's been a while, by the way. How are you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Hello, 444 The Truth. Good to see you. Wow, man, that's so many people. It's great. Hey, Bombaclad, Gator Fish. Sounding well. Yeah, no, I am good. Except for a bit wonky though, because I went to bed too late today, or yesterday night. But, I mean, I've been doing good actually all week. Oh, and by the way, that last stream on D-Live yesterday, guess what happened to it? It broke. Seriously, I've streamed 7 days on D-Live, with now 3 of those 7 shows broken. So I can't download it. Seriously. Like, what the hell, D-Live? I mean, that's really bad. Crazy shit. Like, almost half the streams that just break. What is this? You might want to update D-Live, like the code at least, or whatever, however that's, because seriously, what kind of streaming platform breaks almost half the streams that you live stream there? Like, what the fuck, guys? As bad as YouTube is, at least it works. Right, exactly my sentiment. Although I am glad it is there as just a platform to stream in the moment and interact. Yeah, that still works. That works fine, except for the 20-second delay. But it still works. You know, I do like the sticker system they have. But I mean, dude, breaking half the streams, that is really bad. Like, that's a killer. That's gonna make people not use it anymore, except for things that they don't care about. Because if somebody just wants to stream there now and then save their stuff and upload it on their website, like, they're not gonna use D-Live now, because half your frickin' streams break. And they never basically become replayable. Like, who's gonna use that for a serious activity? I mean, really, D-Live, you gotta do something about that, or it's gonna be done. Like, completely done. This is terrible. Right? Next time I will be on D-Live, I'm gonna, like, record it. Because D-Live just can't be trusted. It's just gonna break. Right. So yeah, I did lose half the streams. but it doesn't really matter all that much. I didn't like talk anything revolutionary that's relevant on the long run, so don't mind. And I've also decided I'm literally not gonna let anything phase my mood, like anything. And I have that luxury now, because as you know from the last show that was still on my main YouTube channel, like I've discovered a technique to basically do ethereal work specifically on myself, but I can technically also use it on others. But I'm mostly using it for myself because I am very much in need of it. I have been for quite a while. That's why was using my healer, calling him, and not all the time, but still periodically. And like that helped so much, what he did. It's kind of magical to me, but I've learned to do that myself. That's what that last stream on my main YouTube channel was all about. And since I've been using that, it's like I feel almost unbreakable. I still get emotional. I mean, when I got the strike the second time yesterday, or was it, no, the day before, I felt really hurt. But I wasn't sick. Yeah, the previous time that happened, I felt really sick. Like I almost need to throw up because it's just so terrible sensation. Didn't have that. I felt just really sad and hurt, and like a feeling of hurt, but not like it broke me. It didn't break me. Like on a physical scale, like it's not gonna break me mentally because nothing really does except extreme exhaustion, right? Nothing breaks my mind, but my body, yeah. I mean, I do get the full blows, from my empathy on my body. It's my organs are gonna get it usually, but thanks to having applied my healing techniques for several weeks now, and like on a daily basis, it's like, well, when it happened, I was really like, what is this? But I wasn't like, like my life is gone type of it. It wasn't there. It's like, no, I can handle this. It's like, I feel unbreakable. It's like this confidence that's just like, it's almost surreal because I feel like I have more confidence than I'm used to. It's like my mind is always like trying to secure the path or whatever I'm going to go through, right? And now it's like, oh, the path is right there. Like, oh, you don't need it? Oh, okay. That's new. So in a way, you could say that these techniques have very seriously stabilized me. Like in a way that I've never experienced before. Well, except for through my healer, but it's always been dependent on basically calling him and him doing that. And he's not always available, so that's been tough. Because if it then acutely need it, it's like, it's not there. And then the next day or 3 days later is like, oh yeah, you called. Like, yeah, kind of an acute situation. It still helps afterward when he does his thing. But now I can just do it myself. Been really busy with work, LSG. Okay, well that's great. I mean, that's a good reason not to be in my chat. Glad you're back at work. That was a bit of an issue during the winter. But so I'm really glad you're back to work. Hope you're crushing it. Hello, by the way, also Adam Meekin. Good to see you again. Right, yeah, Richard G. I don't know what's going on with DLive. It could be that DLive is actually just running on fumes, that they've decided to no longer really update it and just wait until it completely breaks. I have no idea if like the lemon system that's behind it, that's supposedly there to basically keep it going. It's like a self-running fuel type system using crypto. But it might be that it's just not working at all anymore. I have no idea. But it feels like D-Life is just kind of like the owners don't care about it anymore or something. So too bad, because I mean the sticker system they had was absolutely awesome. And that's a really awesome feature. I mean, I'm like, that should really be like standard in all live chats everywhere. That would be a revolution, because it's really drawing. I mean, some people, they don't like to communicate by typing shit, especially like if you're mobile interfacing, right? Because then typing can be really strenuous and annoying. But a sticker is just one button, and you can say a whole thing with a picture. It's a great system. I mean, I really love the sticker system from D-Life. That was a revolutionary thing. But then there's the rest of D-Life. It's becoming a lemon party? Yeah. Ah, right. But anyway, I'm back on YouTube. And I'm doing just fine right now, although a bit wonky because I stayed up too late. Right, but that'll be back to normal tomorrow. This is... There's one downside to streaming on this account, and that is that I can't check the browser history of my other YouTube account. I mean, I don't want to risk like switch. It might work, but it could also just screw things up by accident. Although, no, technically I can actually with my, yeah, let's try that out. Should be fun. Oh. I'll give myself a wrench. Then it wouldn't really matter with which I interface. I can always work at it. I just can't hand out wrenches from my main channel. Yay, I gave myself a wrench. Okay. Alright. Stayed up a few hours later than normal. Took days to work it out. Wow, okay. That's tough. I mean, yeah, not having your typical sleep rhythm interrupted can really mess you up. If you then don't have like a lot of recovery time. If you like have to keep working or something, yeah, that's really tough. Can be. Although I think most people will usually just get it out of their system in the daytime. Unless you don't eat well or you're in a very stressful environment psychologically. Anyway. Right, but of course trolls are gonna follow here and then I'm just gonna kick them out again. Then, yeah, I mean, this is not hard to figure out. That's weird. I got the same pages open in two shots, but they're not timed equally. One is slower than the other. That's odd. Anyway. Right, so yeah, you might have seen the chat or the description box and noticed that it is exactly the same. I just copied it. That was pretty easy. So some of the setting though is a bit weird. I still have to fine tune the go live page of this channel a little more because it's just different. Ah, PJ Krushank subscribe. Cool. Let's see if it already says. When is it gonna update on the subscriber situation? Ah, yeah, it is updating. Finally. What? Oh wow, it's a list of like subscribers from a long time ago. From 2018, 19, and 21 and 22? How did they stumble upon that? That's weird. Anyway, sorry guys. Nobody's saying anything in my chat, so I'm kind of wandering off here. Still got snow, LSG? Huh. Can't wait for spring to start. Yeah, me too. There's already trees out there, like the white blossom trees. They've been blossoming for at least a week. And like the trees right in front of here, like the pink blossom ones, like I can already see that they are having tops. So they look like they could burst any second. Well, any second. Like it could probably, like in the coming week, they could suddenly start to pop. So yeah, I'm looking really forward to just nice spring blossom, beautiful, great. I love that time. I really do. Love that time of year. Hey, Terror 306. Had to wait the longest 5 minutes of your lifetime. Alright, well, you have to wait no more. Welcome. Thanks for making your way here. And you're gonna wrench, of course. Ah, Nathan's thrown out the link. So there's definitely going to be a live show on FED today. Went to the live thanks to Steamy. Was able to find your back. Yeah. Yeah, no, Steamy helped out there. I also posted the link, but I posted the link to the stream. Hey, MTRC. I'm back. Yeah. This is my backup channel. I had it for a long time. I never really used it. I just used it kind of like weird videos. I got some weird videos on here, man. Some really weird older videos. Me arguing about gravity is not gravitational pull. It's so silly now to watch that now. With everything that I figured out since then. But I mean, it's kind of funny. I do think it's kind of funny. It's funny that I just went through all that. And in ways, I mean, my piece of reasoning that I argued with still stands. It's just that my priorities have kind of shifted. So now I just know, like, yeah, scientific method and all, you know. I wasn't really aware of any of that. Or I wasn't focused on that at the time. Nice to see no lag in chat. Yep. Yeah. Okay, interesting. LSG, you're gonna go for a bit of stonemasonry. Masonry. Okay. What are you gonna... Where are you gonna build... You're gonna build a wall yourself? That's cool. Okay, YouTube suggested a strange channel. Okay. Scrambled stuff. Right, that might be like an AI, an attempt of an AI generated content channel and just completely didn't work. Or something. It could be that. Right? But I don't know why YouTube would recommend that. Really odd. I gained 6 subs in less than... Okay. Did you do that, Tarot? Did you, like, have a bunch of your friends subscribe? I mean, I'm pretty sure that people are subscribing. Multiple. They're finding their way to my channel. It's currently set at 67 subscribers. I think I'll probably pass the 100, like, before the end of the weekend. Zucchini? Nice. Yeah. Hey, Orinoco Wombo, good to see you. You with a wrench. They were 5 times the size of Star. Yeah, okay, but I mean, Richard, yeah, you can let them grow, but they don't exactly get better. I mean, they don't let them grow out of control in the store ones because they're actually nicer when they're not oversized. They just become... Otherwise, they kind of turn into pumpkins. That's right, they lose their flavor. Turn into marrow. But I've seen in the past, a friend of mine, his parents also grew zucchinis, and they had one that was like this big. It was like a freaking meter, and it was huge. And they were like just trying to be careful not to break it, that it wouldn't break under its own weight or something, because it was really freaking heavy. Like big freaking zucchini. But it was just, yeah, they weren't even gonna eat it. Wow, MTRC. Yeah, I know, man. I mean, there's all these trolls out there. Dude, they freaking emailed me to try to convince me that they are the ones that got me the strike. Like, they really wanted that to know. They're like so fucking desperate for me to go after them somehow. It's so bizarre. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna waste any time on that shit. Right? I mean, if I could end it, them, yeah, maybe. But I'm not going to just get angry with a stupid retard troll that has no life. It's a waste of my energy. Special boys, I don't know, man. I have serious trouble actually classifying them as human entirely. I mean, these people are not human, man. They are not. They might be in the possession of a human vessel, but they don't act human at all. They act possessed completely. I mean, doing that with your life is not what a normal human being does. It's not what makes you happy. It's something that's just abusing that vessel, what they want to do in the short run. It is. You could really argue for similarities to possession. Although, like, what is even possession, right? Possession is like from the Christian lingo saying like, oh, there's an entity that is not you, that is in you. Be gone, demon. Yeah, well, I don't really see it like that, though. It's like every person just basically has a demon in them, but they would never use that because it's not really what you want. But if like other things, other aspects of you get suppressed or damaged, then you might be more inclined to basically surrender to that demon that is already there and then become like that. Right? And that's what it feels happening a lot to these people. Like their life is just fucked up and they have absolutely no self-esteem, really, other than pretense. And so they just let themselves do all these things without any sense of dignity or anything. I mean, that is really the thing that is really the most identified as demonic behavior is that you don't have any sense of dignity. Am I right? It's really about that. If somebody's just like throwing off all dignity and just being ridiculous and gross and incoherent, that is what people regard as demonic. Well, that is the throwing off the controls which form dignity and creates if you have dignity, it's a much more stable way of communicating. It's much more predictable, reliable, stable. But if you for some reason cast it off, yeah, then you will become demonic. That's what it will feel like to outsiders. That's what it will look like. So there's multiple ways of identifying what that behavior really is, right? I don't necessarily have to go by the Catholic approach. Although it is an interesting pointer. I mean, there's something to argue to say that, right? It's possessed, but I mean, who's really possessing? Is it an outsider that's not them, or is it another aspect of them that just doesn't give a shit about themselves and that casts off all dignity? Because that option technically is present in people. I mean, there's very few people that will like, no, I will literally rather die than cast that off, right? There's very little people. I mean, if there's no point to doing it, then why would you? If you're going to meet your end or what, you would want some dignity in your final moments, right? That sort of thing. But point is that some people just can't handle it and they just let themselves go. That's another way of saying it, another association, yeah? Who's possessed by the demons? People cast off all dignity and let themselves go. Those are the ones that are considered possessed by some people that view things like that. And it's something to argue for that, right? You can very much reason it out through psychology and everything. So in that sense, it's not like, oh, what the Christians or the Catholics said is just completely made up based on their beliefs. Yeah, it's very cute. But mechanically, there is something to it. It's just a different approach of the information and the processes of what's going on. And if you do it by psychological approach, then you can basically figure out like why is that happening? Where is somebody at in themselves in order for that to happen? And you can very much reason that out. And it's compatible. I mean, it's compatible for me with my layman psychology to say like, yeah, demon possessed. Now, it's not literally a demon. It's not like a non-human intelligence that is taking control. I mean, that might also occur, but that's probably much rarer. It doesn't just happen to random people. Then there have to be some kind of magic involved or something. Because people don't just lose grip over their bodies. Like their very consciousness itself, right? That just doesn't just happen out of nowhere. Has to be some magical, weird energy, dark shit involved. Right? But people can become like a possessed version of themselves, where they lose control, cast off dignity, and just like often their mind flips inside out. They become reversed world thinkers as they're demonic. It's often in conjunction with one another. So it's very like, you're possessed, you're like completely different person from who you are. They're still themselves though. It's the other side, a very desperate, self-destructive side. And you can argue they're possessed, and you could probably even like just pour in enormous amounts of energy and focus and attention to try to get them back in their normal state. Although if they don't want to, then they'll probably attack you as you attempt that, because that's what demons do. Like if you don't, the reason why demons attack people that basically try to save them is because they are in that state, being all demonic, to hold off the pain of confrontation and realization inside, right? I mean, this is another approach. But demons only come basically if you invite them. Why would you invite them? Because they take away the pain. All you have to do is lie to yourself. That's what they require. And then they can shape whatever comes to your consciousness through that decision. So it's like a trick on the mind. But why is that trick there? It's to avoid facing the pain of some internal thinking, some self-identity related feelings, for example, can be. Like if you hate yourself so much, then not thinking about that will be relieving. But then if somebody tries to confront you with like, hey, you have to get back in your body, you have to realize who you really are, work on yourself, and don't push yourself down all the time. Don't make it seem worse than it is. Well, it's all very confrontational. A person that's like in the middle of a demonic possession, they will be like, shut the fuck up, I'll kill you, right? Because they're like, it hurts. Don't make me face that thing that I've been possessed for to avoid that. How dare you? Right? It's the confrontation. It's a confrontation that sparks that violent counter-reaction. And you could argue that same goes for ball believers. When you confront them with the direct logic of how it doesn't work for their ball, it's like, how fucking dare you make me face something that I don't want to know? Trigger. Spark of outrage. Quick, red herrings, distraction, ad-homs. Yeah, that's what happens. It's the same effect. It's psychological. Right. Anyway. Yeah, that was a good little piece. Yeah, thank you, 444 The Truth. Laurie says, good morning, welcome back. Yeah, thanks. Give my regards to Laurie. Right, but always keep in mind, if you're gonna see somebody that seems to be possessed by a demon or acting like a demon, realize that them letting themselves go, throwing off their dignity and all that, they do it to avoid confrontation of their inner feelings. And so then pointing at how they're acting crazy is basically, you have to face yourself. That's the message. That's the backlying spiritual message of that action. You want to help them. It's like, you're out of control. Just be yourself. Don't worry about this. Like, don't be crazy. Right? Don't throw off dignity. Just act normal. Just look at who you are, and there's so much you could do. And that's like, shut up, shut up, shut up. I am this, I am free, I can be as crazy as I like. Right? That's what happens. Because they are like that to avoid suffering from the inside. Confrontational suffering. It's like internal suffering. Now that process of that suffering is something that I myself, at a very young age, started to suffer from. But here's the thing. I learned not to escape from it very early and to face it. Because times that I would actually get possessed, you could argue, trying to avoid it, I would become really fucked up. As in, I would become kind of morally deranged. If I do that, I become really, I get like more darkness and sadism, really. When I do that. It's weird because you could argue that, well, rage win, in a way, is also doing that. It's transforming the hurt of the moment, frustration based, usually, and then doing that with it, and it is relieving. It's relieving to be a rage win. It is releasing. It's not throwing off all dignity, but it is definitely throwing off a certain layer of dignity, of civil dignity, basically. That's what I throw off when I do that. So you could argue, yeah, in a way, it kind of is that process. It's just not like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy now and like just throw things, bash my monitor. No, that's not happening, right? I'm not gonna go completely apeshit because of it. Although you could argue the first time that I kind of did that in '82, all those years ago, it was almost like that. What? Dude. Yeah, rage win is a pressure release valve. It is. And that's very well spotted, but it is, yes. But I just wanted to let you know that it is kind of related to how some other people that are like crazy cultists of some sort, when they act in that way, it's kind of a similar mechanism psychologically, except I have so much more control over it than the average person. Because I had to face this shit at a very young age. I've been wrestling and struggling with inner extreme emotions most of my conscious life. So I'm just used to dealing with it. It's not like really shocking and painful when it happens, because I'm kind of used to that happening all the time. It happened more when I was young. And it was even more easily hurt when I was young. So, yeah. But most of my youth, I didn't use that. I couldn't be rage win, because rage win, if I tried to attempt to use that and like use the energy of the frustration to do a social interaction like that with dominance or whatever, it wouldn't work when I was young. I would just go hysterically crying instead, because I couldn't control it. Once that energy was released, it would just go and then come out as like extreme emotion and crying and shit, or just getting hysterically angry and not sharp when I do it. That's what happened when I was much younger. So I'd always try to just avoid it, and the rage win unleash here on my show has really been like a controlled release. That's kind of for the first time. In a way, it's also been an attempt to just kind of like integrate that part of myself with my social interaction, to basically get comfortable with allowing myself to publicly express that side in a controlled fashion. Because before I had my shows here, I never ever did that. Ever. And I kind of kept it a secret. But that secret wasn't like, it wouldn't go away, you see? And that's really why at some point I was like, okay, I'm just gonna throw it out. I'm just gonna show it. And probably a whole bunch of people are gonna be, ew, oh, I don't want to have anything to do with him anymore. And then it's like, yeah, too bad, because that is me. It is part of me. If you can't handle that, then I'm sorry, man. It's not gonna go away. I wish in a way it was, but it can't. It's too much has happened in my life. It's like part of me. It's part of how I do things even. So, yeah. And dude, I wish that more people that had that tendency and need would learn to express themselves more in a controlled fashion, instead of just being like this popping eye, like getting caught on camera like that, like complete freaks. And I'm like, dude, why don't you freaking control yourself when you do that? You look like a complete maniac idiot when you do that. Stop it. Nathan's already live. What? Okay. It's like testing top speed on your speedometer. In a way. It kind of is, yeah. Anyway, Nathan is live already? Okay, well, then I'm gonna round out the show. Thanks for telling me, LVA Paul. Right. So, thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. I thought it was fun. I feel better now, by the way, so definitely not wonky anymore. When I was most of the show, it was kind of wonky, but I just kept it to like psychological, relaxed conversation, describing something about possession and the psychological workings of that. I think it's very valuable information to learn about that in this age, because there's going to be more of it. Yeah, there's going to be more Mad Max 2 scenarios unrolling, not maybe as directly extreme as that, but people are going nuts. It's gonna get worse. Like those people that are really going nuts, they're not gonna go any less nuts, you see? And there's quite a lot of them around here, so yeah. people are gonna go crazy more and more. So it's good to understand how that is, how that actually works internally, and I can help you with that because I can talk about that very effectively. Right. Anyway, if you like this show, then please don't forget to Rogans it up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, you could join the membership system on my YouTube, but I mean, there's not going to be anything that you can get out of that. So yeah, also subscribe to my main channel, of course, if you're bumping into this channel and you don't know about my main channel, which is just Arwin, recognizable by the picture of the tree. Right, anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1557 on a Saturday, so it's going to be 2 p.m. Amsterdam time. Hope to see you all there, and I'm going to join the Flat Earth debates, which is apparently already gone live, even though it's not even official starting time yet. Hope to see you there in chat, and until the next video, keep it flat.